Your goal today is I compare tenths to hundredths. So over the past few days, we've compared tenths in decimals, and 1/10, you'll remember, is the same as 1/10 in a fraction. And then 2/10 in a decimal is the same as 2/10 in a fraction. And then we also compared hundredths. So if I had 25 hundredths, or the decimal form, 0.25 25 hundredths, these are the same. And then my hundredths over here could be 36 hundredths, which would be 36 out of 100, which is what you're showing in these pictures. So your job today is to compare tenths to hundredths using visuals. And I'm going to walk through the first 3 problems of your actual worksheet today. So if you follow along with me, if you pay attention, you can just copy this onto your own. So your first problem is comparing 9/10 to 92 hundredths. So the first thing you're going to do today is you're going to convert these into fractions. So 9/10, this ends in the tenths place. So I know the bottom of my fraction is a 10 and the top is 9. So I am going to shade 9 out of 10 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then over here, I have 92 hundredths. This ends in the hundredths place. So I know the bottom of my fraction is hundredths. And I have 92 out of 100. So I know I'm going to shade in 92 of these squares. And again, I can do my 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92. Now, the next part is to compare using less than, greater than, or equal to. So is 9/10 or 92 hundredths larger? And if I look at these, they look about the same until this last column. And here, this one has 2 and this has none. So 92 hundredths would be bigger. So even though these 2 numbers have the same spot in the tenths place, this 2 makes this number bigger because I have 2 out of 10 of those shaded in. So then I can move on to my next fraction. So I have 30 hundredths because it goes to that position. So I know the bottom is hundredths, and on top I'm going to write 30. So I know I'm going to shade in 30 out of 100 boxes. So I'm going to go 10, 20, 30. And then over here I have 3/10. So I'm going to put 3 on top and 10 on bottom. Then I need to shade 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Now when I look at these, I'm trying to figure out which one's bigger. And they are the same. So I'm going to put my equal sign. The last one I'm going to go through is this one at the bottom. This says 5/10 and 7/10. So I have tenths and tenths. So I know the bottom number for each one is 10. And here I have 5. And here I have 7. So this is 5/10 and 5/10 and 7/10 and 7/10. So now I just need to shade. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5 out of 10 are shaded in. And over here I have 7 out of 10 that are shaded in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I can compare them. Which one is larger? And I can tell that this one is larger. So I would make my less than sign. 5/10 is less than 7/10. So this is your job today, to compare tenths to hundredths. You have multiple problems to practice with. I just did the first 3 with you, which means you have 12 left to do on your own. It's a total of 15 problems. So it's not too many. You can do it. I look forward to seeing your work, including your fractions.